It's proper track day material, isn't it?
Right then, so it is a Tuesday evening and I've just got the little Mazda ready for Blyton Park again tomorrow. Yeah, first off, sorry for the lack of updates. It's been a pain in the arse yet again. I finally seem to be having a bit of good luck with it. Fingers crossed. Cadwell went really well. That was a good shakedown for it. Gained some trust. It's just been a trust building exercise, and the last Blyton we went to, great. It was really great, and surprised me how on pace it was actually. A 109 round there. It felt very rolly. The Protex have always felt a bit soft, but really happy to get out and just be having fun in it, to be honest. So I've sorted out some bonnet vents from Wilvern Motorsport, had them colour coded and fit them, they were quite good. And I've changed the air intake so it now doesn't sit directly above the manifold and it's got a proper cold air feed, at least when my headlights are down. Other than that, I've also got the nice electric power steering fitted, and that's got its own separate cooler as well. And as you can see, I've now got some nice MeisterR Club Sports on it. No, Clubrace, sorry. The Clubrace were fantastic on the Mark III. They were a lot better than I remember any of the Zeta kind of MeisterRs being. Really, really good stuff, actually. I was shocked how good it felt. So, an easy option to stick them on the little Mazda, little RS badges. That's got to be worth at least 10 horsepower, so... It's still got so much of my life and so many hours invested in it, so to finally be getting some reward back, yeah, I'm chuffed. So let's see how tomorrow goes. Managed a 109 with a passenger and obviously on the Protex, so I'm hoping for something really good. To be honest, even if I just go and do 109s again, considering it's on 205 tyres, 220 horsepower, and the weight of the thing, it's little but it's heavy, so I was well chuffed with that. But if I can just drive it a little bit more how I enjoy driving them, I'll be chuffed. why is it always windy at Blyton Park? It could be the middle of summer and no wind everywhere else, but it's always windy here. So lunchtime now, and the morning has been fantastic fun. Really good, really good. The MeisterRs definitely have the ability to be too hard, which is great. So I've softened them off a bit now. Just changes direction more fluidly. Everything just feels more stable. It does mean I can drive like a bit of a dick again though, and that is a problem. The Protex made me behave quite well actually, whereas this I'm driving like a bit of a tool again, so I need to rein it in and tidy things up and see what I can do this afternoon. But it's so much fun, so much fun. I fiddle around with the dampers a bit. I think I need to go back to having the rear a little bit harder, the front a little bit softer, and see if that kind of makes it a little bit more happy rotating, instead of the limit being quite abrupt at the moment. So that's the theory anyway. Let's see if it pays off.
Have a look at that. Yeah. Just in case. What a phenomenal car, mate. That's amazing. Yeah, he's pointed underneath. I'll say I've got a jacket.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Right then, so about halfway through the afternoon, and I love taking people out. The response is just always absolutely amazing. I am as guilty as they are for absolutely disregarding MX5s. Until you get out in them, you don't really understand how fucking fun they are. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Car handling great in terms of, I mean, the dampers are fantastic. I've had a few issues, haven't I? Yeah, bit of a close one with the tyres. Nothing major. Like, I think it's cool. I like the scrapes down the side of it, the orange stripes. They'll buff out. I quite like them being there. Other than that, I did have a bit of a wrong, and it's weird actually. That cone had been in exactly that same place on the track for the last 4 laps, and on the 5th lap, I just thought, fuck it, let's hit it. So I've got away with it. I've just snapped one of the 3D printed brake ducts, luckily. I thought it could have been the bumper fogged or intercooler or anything, and then that would have been me not getting home. So pretty happy. Other than that, the biggie for me, the diff feels strange. I don't know if it's a diff or the rear end, just it feels like it's picking up an inside rear wheel, and the diff doesn't seem as reactive, or like it's locking as aggressively, and it seems to, you can hear and feel an inner wheel start to pick up and spin up, which I'm absolutely not used to in these cars. All the ones I've driven and had, I've not had that before, so go do some more laps and have some more fun.
Standard? Never.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Stops phenomenally. That's fucking class, mate, that is. Absolute
But for
class.
what it is.
Absolute class. That is it's proper track day material, isn't it? Quality, man. Fucking quality.
Back from what has been the third track day in a row. Success and loads of fun, and just so good to play around with the damper settings and the tyre pressures all day, and it still surprises me how much you heard me probably mid-afternoon talking about how the rear felt really odd, like the arbs had been disconnected, or the diff just felt almost like an open diff. I basically softened off the rear too much, so just added another 2 clicks on the rear and it kind of came alive again. And Blyton is a tricky track though. It's fantastic, it's got its niche. Not only is it cheap, very affordable, it's bloody great for trying out new things, and it's quite easy to set consistent laps, as it were, to then benchmark your changes. In between each session, I was changing my tyre pressures and my damper settings, and it was just brilliant to be able to go out and instantly go, right, that's done that, that's done that. I can trail brake here a bit more. Oh shit, I can't trail brake like I did last time because it's a bit edgy. So with the Protex, the limit was a lot easier to kind of find and feel out. It was a lot of a duller limit. I think it had a lower limit, but very easy to get to that limit. Whereas with the MeisterRs, it's a sharper limit, harder to feel out. And because of that, I ended up looking through the footage, and suddenly I was only finding 1 minute 10s, 1 minute 11s, 1 minute 12s. I was thinking, shit, I've spent like $1,000 on coilovers and gone slower. Funnily enough though, I disregarded looking at the first session of the day, because the first session of the day was very tidy, very conservative. I was doing 109s in the first session. So I did 109s in the first session of the day, and then went slower all day for trying harder. So there's definitely a lesson in that somewhere. I'd love to think maybe the boost pipe got knocked or something, so I've got a little boost leak, so it's not as fast. It's down 10 horsepower. I'd love to think that. The tyres, the heat cycles, maybe the heat soak in the engine. It could be anything of that. Most probably it was because I was trying too hard. Yeah, it's been a weird year again. The car has just been a sod. And to be honest, it's not even the car. I can't blame the car. I've had so many issues with two things mainly. Number one being MX5 parts. We're selling gasket sets for the sump. They were mis-selling them. Unfortunately, I bought a kit, fitted it, and yeah, it started leaking. But it didn't just suddenly start leaking. One went at Donington and caused me to miss the day, and I limped it home. Took the gearbox off, changed the rear main seal and the half moon in that, and thought I was getting away with it again, and then booked Alton. Halfway there, realised the front was now leaking, the front seal was now leaking, and that was subframe off. A lot of graft just to replace those seals, unfortunately. And I went to order the same kit again, and it was when I suddenly saw a load of negative reviews, I realised, oh shit, what's going on here? Checked it out, and loads of people said the same thing. They've been mis-selling VVT sump half moon kits, and it was because of that. I saw it, didn't reorder the same part, reordered the right parts, and we've been having more success now. Other than that, the only other thing I've found is with the turbo manifold being so low, because it's a low mount manifold, it's harder to get an efficient drain from the turbo oil drain back into the sump, because it just hasn't got the gravity to kind of channel it back in. It's almost longitudinal. So to try and get that to drain efficiently, it's taken a few attempts, unfortunately. It is draining nice now, with the right restrictor, so it's only giving it as much as it needs, not overly, so then it can efficiently scavenge back into the sump. So fingers crossed that's all sorted now, and I can focus on the silly stuff. You know, like, I know the rear was too low at Blyton this time, so I've instantly, with that, the lift is amazing, by the way. It's made life just so much easier. Simply just lifted the rear a bit because I didn't think the rake was right. You can just try loads of different stuff, and that's fun. It's not fixing shitty problems, it's just dicking about and trying to get the car feeling as good as possible. And with the lift, it took me about 15 minutes to change from the Protex over to the MeisterRs. It's just fantastic. It's already paid for itself in under a year, without a doubt. So I am still getting out in the little MK as well. Mainly road drives, mainly just to scare myself on a Sunday afternoon. I'm really enjoying it. I've got a better final drive to put in that now when I can. I actually ended up putting the MX5 up for sale recently. Yeah, I don't know, after so many issues, I just got so sick of it, and when a friend put up his S2000 for sale, I jumped on it. I bought it straight away. It was a really nice, really well modified car. Had a quite high mileage engine, and as we all know, F20s now are mental money. So the idea was to K20, K24 it. Bought it not on a whim, but pretty close to a whim, and then did my research on the K-swap kits, and all I came across was red flags, if I'm honest. It was very much going to be out the chip pan and into the fire, that old saying. It was just basically going to be 6 months of spending lots of money to try and get it working. And I know I could have had my fun in the F20, but it did scare me, because they're 4.5, 5 grand now. And I can't do that. Not when I've got a car like this. There's £100 engine in there. It's brilliant. £200 gearbox. Everything's simple. Everything's all right. The worst day is still tolerable, whereas with an S2000, it's pretty borderline. I remembered I loved my old S2000. It was so good, and I've never felt like a better driver than when I've been in that S2000. I felt absolutely on it. I felt like I could push and push and push, and just, it felt fantastic. It felt so sharp, so good for it, but not the right time, and I've got enough bloody cars. I've got enough plates to spin, and I very much felt like I didn't own the cars owned me. It's too many. It's too much. It's just too much for me. It's not for some people, was for me. Suddenly realised that I was spending more time working on the cars, keeping them at a lesser standard that I wanted to, and not really finding time to enjoy them. So I bought it, put the MX5 up for sale, but the S2000 pretty much went within the same month I bought it. It wasn't even up for sale, but they're quite sought after now, and managed to sell it without any trouble and back onto the MX5. So Alton Park next weekend in the little RS Unos. I can't wait now. So to take what we've kind of gathered and learned from the couple of Blyton days and take it to Alton, yeah, it should be good. I kind of hope for a bit of a greasy, slippy day, but we'll see. And other than that, I've been a bit busy with the Porsche. I'll do a proper vid with that. But yeah, I've been to 9 Meister and had a Wave Track LSD fitted. I fitted some nice KW V3s, and then they've set it all up for me. So it's kind of beyond dreams, I'm not gonna lie. It's just, I'm not used to that kind of stuff, so it felt very surreal almost, but what a fantastic car. It's so easy to enjoy, and I can't wait to get that onto some days over winter too. So as always, thank you so much for the support, and thanks so much for watching. Always meeting new people at track days. It's amazing how close-knit the little track day community in the UK is. There's not that many of us. There's a good few of us into our cars, and it's always great to catch up with people and see what we're all up to. So take it easy, guys, and I'll see you soon. Where do I? From there. There?
Yeah. One, open it again, push that forwards. Right, slam it again.
Slam it?
Right, yeah, go on. That's it. There we go. Crash box. No single on anything.
Wait, is there no seatbelts? There's no seatbelt!
1961 when they were invented.
Oh my god.
No ABS, no traction control.
This is fantastic. Oh, it's exciting.
Legs.
Are you alright for leg room back there, mate?
Oh yeah, spot on.
Have you got enough room to change gear case?
Yep.
Is it raining?
It is raining. It is raining, but I still think it's raining down there.
No, I think we're alright. Go that way. S4.
Oh, one assist. So when I got it back, it makes it right. So this is the first jog. So it's really simple. Take that off.
So you bent the points?
No, I've bent the rotor arm just down a little bit. I'm not sure if it's worn, so it's shortened. So I think the gap between the end of the from there and
Fair enough.
and the roots.
So what's your favourite thing about classic car ownership?
For me personally,
Yeah.
probably I don't know, just the fact that they just keep going all the time, and
Yeah.
if anything ever goes wrong,
Pardon, sorry?